What's your perspective on free will? How do you look at free will?
The law of nature or the law of man.
Right.
There's both of those, because like, I have the free will to, start, going on a shooting spree. Well, yeah, but the law of man says no, then I have actions and consequences.
Right.
But then again, you can go against, the law of, nature. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, you can try to go against the law of nature. It's going to win every time.
Whatever I choose to do, whatever, I have the freedom to do it. But as you implying that you really don't have it like you think you do. I can't just go out and do whatever the hell I want to. I mean, come on, let's just keep it real. I can't.
I mean, is it free because somebody gave it to you for free? Or do I have the freedom to operate within my will? In my head, it's like having, they free will is in the Bible, right? And it talks about God gives you free will, which in my mind it says that God is giving you a will for free. You don't have to pay for it. You don't have to do anything for it. But yet still, there's consequences for your decision. A will is a decision. Welcome back to the Universal Thought Podcast.
Welcome back.
I'm gonna think about cutting. I might cut it. No, I'm gonna cut it. I got you. I'm good.
Okay. Well, hey man, you can do anything you want to. All I'm saying is like, that was me just talking. I can talk bad shit.
Hey, do you think people treat you based on who you are or based on who they think you are? For the most part.
Oh,
like, look, do you think Dre treats you based on who you actually are, or who he thinks you are?
I think I do a pretty damn good job of just always being me. So so his perception of me is me. So
not necessarily. Okay. Your perception of you is you, but his perception of you is probably him.
Yeah. His view upon me,
or what he thinks. Because what's gonna stand out, and I like asking people this question because it lets you know, oh damn, I didn't know you saw me that way. You know what I'm saying? But if somebody, like, for the most part, like, I don't want to say your wife, some of your closest friends, do you think all of them actually treat you based on you? Or based on who they think you are?
Who they think I am.
Really?
Yeah. Who they think. But then again, like, each individual person's, experiences with me are completely different.
Right.
My friend Sam Candy, we've been friends for 20 years. Me and that, he knows exactly who I am. Right. So his perception of me is he's basically got me figured out.
Right.
I could be in the opposite room and he could be like, I know exactly what he's doing.
Right.
But then again, some people, that come in and out, that's just their perception of you. Some people enjoy, having me at their parties. Because they like having me as a good time. But they're not going to keep me around every day.
Right.
So Max, do you think that with what you just said, does time play a part in that? Or somebody just get to know you, like somebody who's been knowing you for 20 years, or somebody who just met you maybe a year ago? Does time make that 20-year person say, "Oh, he knows me better than the one that knew me a year ago"?
Yeah, I'd be willing to say let's go ahead and use this room. Dre, I know more about you.
But go ahead.
Okay, it's like I know more about you, and I have a certain perception of you than I do with Miss Eric over here. I'm not around you as much.
Right.
So so some things I'm not saying like I'm going to step on anybody's toes, but like some things I might do it a different way with you than I will with him. But that's just human nature.
I asked that because a lot of people, and I've heard a lot of people say that, I've been knowing blah 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 for 30, 40, 20 years, stuff, and but just because of the number behind you been knowing somebody, do you really? And they say I just met this person, but I believe I got more of an intake on this person than you do, and you've been knowing him a long time. So it's a perception of how I perceive you, how I look at you as a man. So to me, number doesn't really matter when it comes to a perception of how I look at Eric or how I'm looking at you. you know, does that make any sense? What I'm saying?
No, I know exactly what you're saying, and I would say it's more quality than quantity because, like I mean, everybody in this room, you can say I've known that guy for since high school, but you hung out with him in high school, but you've only seen him 3 times in the last 20 years,
right?
Or now, what about the guy that you met 1 year ago, but you've hung out with him every week?
Man,
every week since. So it'd be more quality than quantity whenever you're coming to that.
And that's about
That's the okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I see what you're saying.
You know the crazy part about it is it's people that I went to high school with that I just seen in passing, spoke to them, that I'm super cool with now. Find out, damn, I didn't know we had this much in common. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I think most people actually treat you. Say for instance, if you want to, I gotta use your significant other. As an example, let's say you really actually have to get to yourself sometimes and just chill out and, you know what I'm saying? Just be to yourself and get your thoughts together.
Yeah.
But your girl, and this is not this is hypothetical, but your girl thinks you don't want to be around her. She's treating you based off who she thinks you are. No, baby, I really just want to get my mind together. This is really what I just want to do. Like, most people don't treat you how you really are. I don't give a fuck how long they've been knowing you. They still have a perception of you. I don't really think nobody knows somebody's. I'm gonna give him I know 5 minutes and he gonna come down. I know when he comes home from work, he's gonna sit in the driveway. I mean, like, nobody knows your intentions. In other words, your intention says a lot about who you are, but nobody really knows that.
And then also too, with feeding on what you just said, your intentions match. If you've been knowing me, let's say 20 years, and when you first met me 20 years ago, and who I am now,
it's been 20 years.
No, I'm just.
No. Yeah,
I'm saying that what you knew of me 20 years ago, and we may see each other, we may talk, we don't hang out. You say it. Now you've been knowing me 20 years, but who I am now. See, there's change that came in my life that made me be a different person now. So I'm not the same person you met me 20 years ago. But you can say, I've been knowing Jay 20 years ago, 20 years, and no, they don't always hold water. I'm saying, so my thing is a variable of time changes people. And your mindset of who you used to be, they say who you are now. So just because your knowledge of me for 20 years ago ain't the same, you can't really say, I've been knowing 20 years. Okay, what is that really, what's the point we're trying to get to? You don't know him really.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't know who he is now.
But for example, when I was Dre just now finding some stuff out about me. It took a minute. He was like, "No, damn, he really think big. I really think business." So when I say certain things, when me and Dre started doing podcasting together, it was like, that's our first time doing something like on a business level or something that we obligated to do together, right? So this is our first interaction with each other on this level. It's certain things he didn't know about me. So we kind of fell out a little bit. Like, man, you ain't don't talk to me like that. But I'm not trying my intent. So he's in other words, his treatment of me was based off what he thought I was in that version of me. Right?
Yeah.
Which is another question.
The little brother version.
Yeah, but whenever y'all...
As opposed to the business version.
But then whenever y'all started doing a joint venture with each other, it just... It
had to take me to start backing out and start seeing it from a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that whatever he's telling me, I can't be taking this... you don't talk to big brother, I gotta tell you this. He's enlightening me on what I should be doing pertaining to this business. Stop leave your shit at the door. Leave your things at the door. This ain't personal. And that's what I'm learning. But it took me a minute. It took me a minute. So,
Yeah.
But that goes back to what I was saying though. So, like I said, I've been knowing her this is how I met you.
14? 13? 14?
But you ain't the same person from 14 to 40 years old no more. Right. So, people change. Max, you're the same person no more neither. So the same person that knew you back then, Max, you got a kid now. You got a wife, soon to be wife, Destiny. So they can't say that, you may still be the life of the party, but you can't hang out till 3 in the morning. You gotta go home. So you might be a short version of the party.
Yeah. So I can't be doing that no more.
So the point I'm saying is, that the person we used to be, we no longer be that well because we change. We all as humans gonna change. You know what I'm saying? It's called growth.
But do we in this room do that and not knowing? Do you think you treat anybody based off how you see them as opposed to who they really are?
I I treat them.
Or do you have the tendency to do that
Yeah,
sometimes?
we have. I have a tendency of doing that sometimes.
I probably agree. I'd be guilty of that.
Yeah. So, how much do we? I mean, is that a good thing? Do we like? You know what I'm saying? Like, can you admit to it? Like, damn, you know what? I'm not treating this person right. I'm not listening enough. Like, does it? It's not nothing you really think twice.
Is the word right? Is you want to put right in there?
I don't know.
Because I don't think it's right. It's. I have to sit back and say, okay, any choice is right or wrong. I need to reevaluate how my perception is of Max now, or how my perception is of Eric now. It ain't right or wrong. It's I got to see it a little bit different now because they may not be that same person I met 3, 4, 5 years ago to who he is now. It ain't right or wrong. My perception got to change a little bit. Not so much as you got to do anything. I got to look at it, but that's the accountability for my own self. How I look at you or how I look at Eric.
Yeah. I mean, but you're like your interaction with another person. I know somebody, and then 2 years from now I hang out with them again. Well, that's going to be first off, it's going to be a two-way street, because like I'm going to have to reevaluate, them, but they're like the way that I treat them, they're going to, put their, hey man, I don't do that no more. I don't smoke weed no more.
Yeah.
Or no, hey man, I don't do that no more. And then it's going to be the same way with, with me. But like, hey man, no, hey man, I got kids. You can't be coming around the house like that. So like, but that's how he perceived me. He thought it was good, at the beginning. But you just start doing your boundaries. But then, as human beings, because we take things so personal. It's like, oh, I can't believe you told me that. It's like, no, shh, no, stop. Take a second.
Yeah.
Reevaluate.
Right.
It's like, this ain't personal. There's just a new boundary.
Right. Boundary. That's the key word. That's what I'm saying. If you so I really do feel like if you keep on, you may say, man, I really don't like that. But if you keep letting it happen, then it kind of is you.
Yeah.
You ain't set no boundaries.
Yeah.
That's what, older I got, I learned boundaries and stick to them so that people won't cross them. So they're like, this is for me, but this is also for you. Now you know what boundaries not to cross. Now you know me. Now we can.
And also someone who allows certain things to continue to keep happening, even though you spoke against it. Like but you allow it to keep happening over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. That says more about you than would the person who's doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you actually probably like this. You may not speak against it, but you kind of like this, and this is what you really want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it speaks volumes about you, not so much the person who's doing it. And I've had this conversation with close people in my circle, and don't get me wrong, if they don't want to take the advice, that's great. I see that if you don't see it, and I'm good, because it's not my life, it's yours.
Yeah, I mean, hell, there's even a sign sitting right over there. It's like, this is my boundary. This is where I'm at. But if somebody, if I say, hey, don't touch my knee, something fucking stupid, right? Just don't do this. This is whatever my boundary is. If you keep doing it, I keep allowing you to do it. Yeah, that does say something about me because. Right over there, Malcolm X. A man who stands for nothing will fall for anything.
Right.
Yes. It's like, no, stand on. You got to stand on it. And that's like with me and like my relationships, man. I put some boundaries. Hey, this is it. Right. And then she respects the shit out of it.
Nope. Maybe that's the word I want to ask you. So with that being said, and both of y'all, ain't that a sign of respect, right? Or if they cross those boundaries continuously, ain't that a sign of disrespect?
Yes, that's it. It's disrespecting disrespecting or respecting the boundaries. And then if I say, hey, this is the boundary, and then you respect that boundary, guess what? Whenever you make a boundary, that I'm going to respect that boundary, and then our friendship, is going to blossom and it's going to flourish. Right.
And there's a lot of things. Those things fall under respect.
Yeah. Will it get to? But will it ever get to that point? Because my thing is, if I continue to let you disrespect the boundaries that I've already set, if I let you do it more than once, or let's say you do it twice, do we ever get to the point where you'll be able to set some, and then it'll be a choice of am I gonna cross it? No, because if you already disrespect me twice, our friendship is probably over, or our relationship, or whatever. Because now you showing me you don't have no respect, man. You've done it twice. If I let it go a third time, that means I ain't respect my own self.
Yeah. No.
So we won't even get to that point of you setting one. And let me see, I'm gonna cross yours too. No, we're not gonna play that game.
Oh yeah, at that point
I cut all that.
Yeah, I'm not doing this.
Yeah. Do you now? Everybody has their own. They have their own idea in their head of how they feel like things work, like a reason. In other words, do you feel like, or do you believe that everything happens for a specific reason?
I believe in like action and consequence.
Action and consequence.
Yeah, or action and reaction.
So there's no predestined design, or there's no, let's say something happened and a fucking car blew up. Any random act, anything. Do you think it was not meant to happen, but do you think it happened for a reason? Some reason, unknown reason we don't know.
Oh, okay. I mean, well, yeah, there's some shit. It's like, damn, ooh, man, again, you're
and it's just your philosophy on that.
Man, it's just philosophy. No, I believe that there's, actions, reactions. I'm not really a destiny person. Mm-hmm. But then again, we were just talking about the rail.
Yes, he is.
We were just talking about the rail. But,
yes, he is. You are a destiny person.
Yeah.
You'll soon be married to him.
Oh yeah. Yes.
How you ain't a destiny person and you named your daughter?
Hey, man, you gotta keep thinking about
Oh my God. It's all good. I've slept in the doghouse so often. I've installed water and cable, guys.
I don't want the podcast to be the reason why you see this.
No,
I ain't got nothing to do with the destiny. I ain't got nothing to do with it.
No, she goes sleep on the couch. It's like bitch, it's kind of like camping for me. What the hell are you talking about?
Hey, so Max, you can't. Okay, so I'm gonna play devil's advocate myself now. If you're not a destiny person, but I think we asked you a question maybe 30 minutes ago. You was on the destiny. I'm on the destiny. Remember we were talking about? I think
we talking about the rails.
Yeah. So my thing is, and you will let destiny take its place. So I'm more of the form of yes. I'm a destiny type person. Whatever's gonna be, it's gonna be. Mm-hmm. So I'm more of that. But now you're contradicting what you said earlier. So that means you said you're not on destiny. Which one is it, Max?
Oh, this dude calling me out.
I'm just saying, Max.
Whenever it comes to then I have to defend myself. So whenever it comes to the train, making a choice for it. I'm not making the choice because there was actions and reactions to get right there for me to do anything. That wasn't. It going this way or it going that way. There was a whole bunch of actions and reactions to get to that train to be there. That ain't got nothing to do with me. And it's just I'm just going to back up.
But if those actions and reactions were based on decisions, that's how it got to you. Now it's your turn.
Yeah, that was my turn. Yeah, that would suck.
But you can't let go of the wheels. You got to make a decision.
Oh yeah. And then the decision I'm making is to let it ride. Just let it ride.
Well, all I'm saying is, at somebody,
I can see. Hey, Dre, good looking out there. Yes, that is contradictory.
Yeah,
but
I'm a destiny person myself. I believe in destiny. I believe that there's ordained stuff that goes on that I have control on, and I just believe. I believe in destiny. I actually believe in it. Don't get me wrong. I believe in making my own choices and decisions and decide how my destiny may go. But I also know that there are certain things I feel like I have no control on, so I just let it happen. Let it be. I believe in destiny.
Yeah, but do you see how most of the time we contradict ourselves?
Yeah.
So you say I contradict myself, right?
Yeah.
How?
We all do.
Okay, so explain to me how.
If you could give me an example of letting something ride and say I'm gonna let destiny take, it's specific. It's certain situations you will say I'll let destiny take over. You can't name them. You really can't name them, but you can name the things you can control. So in other words, you'll say, I make decisions on some things I let it ride. Have you ever been in a situation where you just had to let it ride?
Yeah.
And the decision wasn't based off you, man, I'm just gonna let whatever happen.
Damn, Eric.
That's so good. That is such good. That's good. That's good.
Because I don't know if we're going to contradict ourselves if I say, I personally would say, I believe that my destiny is carved out based on my decisions. That's what I believe. If something happened to me outside of the decision I made, it just means somebody made a decision that that means somebody else made a decision. So I got to keep making decisions, because if you don't, somebody else gonna make a decision. All our paths are crossing.
So basically, hearing what you say, you taking destiny all the way out of the equation. Then there is no such. Okay. All right.
Hey, that's an easy way of looking at it.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense.
But I think about it. I looked at it. When you have a very strong Christian faith, you look at it from, well, God is in control. He does all this, that, and the other. I don't have that same spiritual belief no more. I'm very spiritual now because of how I look at things. In my opinion, I look at things on a more broader scale, nature. So if if I don't make a decision right now to go out and save a little kid from getting hit by a car, really?
Yeah. Well, Mike Tyson over there.
That's something I can't control. I didn't know that was going to happen. But if I knew it was going to happen,
put it up there right. Yeah, you didn't use enough glue. That's what happened.
But you made a good point. You're right. I am comfortable with myself, and I am comfortable with myself knowing I'm doing it now because I still have a spiritual belief. I believe in God and stuff. So you're right. I am. So you're right. Yeah. But I believe in God. I believe in certain things that I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna let this take. I'm gonna let God be God. But I am comfortable with myself because I also said that I'm gonna let whatever my action, I'm gonna do this, that, and other. So yeah, you're right.
But it's still based on your belief in how you see God.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So you still, but so you have free will to make decisions for the best outcome for situations that you can, right?
Yes.
But then you leave certain things in God's hands, right?
Yes.
As if God's going whatever it is. So what if the outcome don't turn out to be what you want it to be?
Then I always say, as a God-fearing man, God's will.
It was meant to happen.
Yeah, it was meant to happen. It wasn't meant for me.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah.
Am I the only one that's like still on the whole like divine intervention over there, or like the miraculous thing? Like, okay, let me ask you something, Aaron. How long has that fucking picture been sitting there?
Nobody saw it.
No, nobody saw it. Yeah, nobody saw it. That was just an us thing.
I do put
like a picture in the background. We were sitting here talking about God and religion and all this, and then
you gonna see all of us over there
like we were.
They're not gonna see that. Camera's pointing.
No, you're gonna see all of us over there
So
something happened over there.
Oh, that's weird.
That's
weird.
You know what?
That's weird.
It is.
How long has that thing been? Yeah, how long has that been sitting there?
Just put it there yesterday, though.
Oh, okay. Just put it there. Okay, you know what? Something along the lines of just like kind of like this is.
But it could have did it at any part of the show. It just so happened to do it at this
part.
part.
Could have done it yesterday.
Yeah.
It could have done it today. It chose that specific topic.
Yeah, on this topic.
Not
Everybody like, what?
Not at the break.
I was I'm sorry, God. I'm sorry.
No, I'm out.
I changed my mind.
All right, that's it.
I believe. I changed.
All right, I'm gonna head out, everybody. No, I had something like that happen to me one time, right? So whenever we were driving the truck, that was me, and then there's my boy Aaron. Mm-hmm. Now there's a shirt, right? There's a shirt. It's in a little cubby up here, right? Now we have driven 1,700 miles. That shirt's been there 1,700 miles. Me and him are sitting there, and we're talking about ghosts and demons.
Oh wow!
Dude, I swear to God. Basically, at the end of our conversation, whenever we ended, we basically put a fucking period. At the end of our conversation, we're like, oh, okay, well, that was a good conversation. It fell and hit my shoulder. I'm like, ah! At that exact moment, I'm like, oh, like, what is that? And we just had that picture fall. Oh, my goodness. Hey, sometimes God like to just kind of poke a little bit.
So do you believe in ghosts? Do you believe in spirits? Do you believe in demons?
I got attacked by something one time.
So you believe in it?
Man,
you got to talk about that. You got to take my word.
Yeah. I got attacked by something one time.
What happened?
Okay. Oh shit. Okay. Well, see, the problem is with it is like whenever you speak to it, whenever you like
speak on it,
it attacks a person that you spoke to it with.
Oh shit, man, damn. All right. Talk to Dre. Talk to Dre.
Yeah, talk to Dre. No.
Look at Dre. I'm listening, but talk to Dre.
Talk to Dre.
Go ahead. I can listen.
All right. So check this.
I watch a lot of stuff too.
All right, this is
yeah.
No, okay. My only scary story. Okay, so this takes place. I am 16 years old, so this takes place approximately 2005. Okay. Now we're having Thanksgiving. It's November. I had just gotten my driver's license, my intermediate driver's license. In October. So I'm over. My mom is staying with her friend Sheila, right over there, kind of close to Bridgetown, right there on Pleasant Hill Road. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're off in there, and I'm sitting eating my Thanksgiving dinner, and off in the kitchen I can hear my mom talking about the scurry men. Like scurry, like how a squirrel like moves, how they scurry.
Yes.
Yeah. So she's talking about the scurry men. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm a curious ass individual. I'm 16 years old. I go in there, Mom, what are you talking about? She goes, oh, well, me and your brother just never told you. But do you remember that house? I grew up in a trailer park right there at Magnolia Hills, right there at 51 in Pleasant Hill, or Star Landing at 51. I'm sorry. So she goes, yeah, so we moved into the house and we could hear footsteps going up and down the hallway. And she goes, one time, she was sitting there, she could hear the footsteps going up and down the hallway, and then they stopped at her bedroom door. And she said she heard the footsteps stop, and then she felt at the end of her bed like a grown man sat down. And then she just said, Jesus, and it just popped right back up. Well, not too long after that, she said, again, she heard the footsteps going down the hallway. And she said she was, and it gets you in that in-between stage. You're not asleep, but you're not awake. In that in-between stage, right? Kind of like a lucid dream almost, right? Or, sleep paralysis, whatever you want. That's when it gets you. So she said that for some dumb reason, she heard it going down. She had damn near gotten used to it at this point. And she looked over, and from the door, three black creatures, ran like squirrels. But they could go up on the walls and on the ceiling, basically like you see like demons in movies. Ran across, and they all got on top of her and held her down, to the point that she couldn't breathe, where she was in the mattress. And she was like, I couldn't breathe, I couldn't move.
She's in between woke and sleep, or is she awoke?
She said it's kind of like in an in-between stage.
Sleep paralysis.
Well, then they got on her, right?
Right.
And then she was like, she said she couldn't move, she couldn't breathe. Well, but she could see the things. And she said, Jesus, and they went away. Now that's whenever I was, probably I was about 10, whenever that was happening to her. 5-6 years later, now I'm 16, listening to this story. On a Thanksgiving, and I'm like, oh, well, that's interesting. Whatever. I can tell your ass that it was raining that night. I drove home. Now I go home. The current place that I'm living as of right now, and my dad, maybe 2 times out of the year he would not be at the house. That fucking night he was not at the house. I was by myself. I go in 16. I'm not paying attention to the fucking story. Whatever. Right. I go into my room, sleep at about 2-3 o'clock in the morning. I wake up and I don't see it move. I just wake up to it, attacking me or whatever. And I am inside, I'm basically inside my mattress. I can damn near see my mattress. I feel like I'm so far down in it, like a damn, like steamrollers rolling over me.
You sinking down.
I'm sinking down into my bed, and it's on top of me. And I just remember my mom just said, say Jesus, and it goes away. So I said, Jesus, it went away. I turned every fucking light on in the house. I'm talking about the damn oven light was on, and I sat watching TV with my dad's 12-gauge shotgun until the sun came up.
And you was wide awake.
It was kind of like a weird, I could see it, and then as soon as I said Jesus, boom, I could move and I could get up.
So has that been the only time that happened? That's
been the only time it's happened.
That didn't happen to me probably more than, I'll say about 6 or 7 times.
Oh, okay.
Sleep paralysis. That really what happened. It's something on you. And you can see it. Your eyes are open. You can see. And this is my little short story. So basically, I was at this is years ago when I was with an ex, right? We're asleep. And I open my eyes, but I'm still asleep. And we had one of the fans that sleep on the floor, the round one, and it's blowing full throttle. The big one. When I open my eyes, I'm still asleep. The room dark, and I kept hearing some walking back and forth in front of the fan. I can't move, and I'm looking down, and I just see something dark that come to the edge of the bed. It gets over me, and I can't move. And at some point, you just snap out of it, and you wake up. I'm waking up looking at the same scenery. I'm woke now. But the fan it ain't doing it no more. It's just so that's real. That's what happens when you have sleep paralysis. It's some entity that's it feel like it's holding you down. And this didn't happen to me so many times. And you wake up, heart pounding like a motherfucker. You really scared, bro.
But what's the chance?
What's the
chance that it's never happened to me before? And that night she told me about it, that it happened to me.
Man, probably something in the house.
I have no idea, but I'm not religious, but that still freaked I don't play with that. So somebody's like, hey, you want to play with a Ouija board? No.
Hell no.
Hell no.
No, tempt fate. But I have two experiences, but I don't think my other one is people don't. Remember, I spoke about me seeing an angel when I got shot. I think I've told you that. I don't know if I told you
No,
that.
I've never heard that story.
But I don't really put those, I don't put angels or my perception of angels and the spirit on the same, even though they, you know. But my ghost experience, I was 18 years old, and I was still living in Fowler Homes, over in the hood in South Memphis. And anybody who knows Fowler Homes, there's 3 levels in the building, and we was in the middle level. And my apartment was right in the middle, so you know, so I'm in the middle. I was coming off I went out that night, still remember it. I was, like I said, 17, 18 years old, you know, thinking I'm cool and stuff. It was about 12, 1 o'clock. Literally with nobody out, nobody was out. Prior to me going out a few months before, my cousin got killed. His brother killed him. And we were real close. And he would always meet me at the end of the hallway down by the steps to talk. My grandma would never let him in the house. He was a thug and she didn't want him in the house, so he would always meet me down there. I'm talking about this is religious. So him going to New York, he actually come home because he knew he just he had a bad feeling. The day my mama sent him money was the day he got killed. To come home, so I'm missing him. But I hadn't thought about him. That happened in December. This was like in May. So it was months. He wasn't on my mind. I didn't think about him. So I'm coming off a date, whatever. I get to we had these screen doors. I open my screen door to unlock the door. I'm unlock the door, and the key was just wouldn't fit or something. And so as I'm going right there, man, you know, I look down there, and I see him, but his back is turned, and it was like he was waiting on me, like he had his, and so I moved my head back to the screen and make sure, you know, I said, Greg, you know, I hollered real loud, man, it's 12, 1 in the morning, so everybody, I said, Greg, and the image was still just standing right there. It didn't move or nothing, didn't turn around, and I said, Greg, is that you? You know, didn't. So I slammed it, and I started walking that way. As I'm getting closer, I got to the image, it just turned around and went down the stairs. Now imagine, I started running. See, because whoever it is, I'm gonna see them if they go out that way or go in the back and stuff. By the time they got there, I got the steps. I didn't see anything. Ran downstairs to make sure, nothing. I know for a fact that was him. And I believe with all my heart and soul that was him. Because like I said, he was always talking me down there. That was great. I don't know when he come back to just say something, I don't know. And I've never forgotten that. And that's how I was 18 years old. I'm 56 now. But that's a very vivid image of my ghost experience. Now my angel experience is so different. I got shot then, so people have told me about that is that I was hallucinating because I was losing blood. Mm-hmm. I don't believe that.
Okay. I got another one. It's just kind of creepy.
Kind of creepy.
So, yeah, kind of creepy. So like whenever I was probably about 5, we were living in Bartlett, right off of Witten, I believe. But like my mom had transitioned me over to where I was stopping sleeping with them, where I was sleeping in my own bed, and I had a bunk bed, right? And I was there for a while, but then I started coming in and sleeping with my mom in the middle of the night. Mm-hmm. Well, it happened about 2-3 nights in a row. She was like, Max, why don't you sleep in your own room? My mom said this scared her. I don't remember it. But whenever I was 6, I said, well, because of the man that stands at the end of my bed at night. And
so you don't remember this?
No, I don't remember. This came from my mom. And my mom, of course, asked a couple questions. And basically the way that the story went was a tall man with a tall hat with red eyes and yellow teeth. In the middle of the night, I had bunk beds. Mm-hmm. This is what she told me. I told her if I was on the bottom bunk, he would come and sit on the side of my bed and stare at me and smile at me all night. But I switched over to the top bunk, and then he would just go and stand at the end, and all I could see was just his head with his red eyes and yellow teeth.
And this what you told? This what you told her?
My mom.
Wow. Did she believe you?
She just told me the story, but I mean that's pretty damn creepy.
I got one more.
You got one more? Let's do it.
Telling ghost story, right?
Yeah. We didn't know.
But Matt just said it triggered his memory.
Yeah.
This is a memory that when you're 1 and 2 years old, you're not supposed to remember anything. Am I right?
Correct.
At 1 and 2, my mom said I was 1 and a half,
Do you remember it?
Yes, because I remember. My mama would have, when she would in Fowler Homes, she would have car parties in the front room. Mm-hmm. My crib was we only had 2 bedrooms. My crib was against the wall, but you would see the light, the door was open. somebody would come and pick me up. I couldn't see their face. All I saw was a shadow. But I know I'm lifted up. I'm 1.5 years old. But I turn around and I see my mom having a car party right there. You know, and I didn't. But it wasn't somebody who I was scared of. It was actually like it was somebody who was comforting me, like just wanted to see me. And they done that for about a week. I say I didn't know rational days. They done it for a couple of days. Every time my mom would do it or had them parties, I'd be back there by myself. She thinking I'm asleep. I'm not. I'm up, and this person with whatever it was lifting me up, and I'd turn around like. And but I was from what I got, I was happy. When I told my mama this years when I was grown, I said, "Mama, you remember when you have car parties and we had about 3 up against them?" She said, "How do you remember?" She said, "Yeah, I actually had that, but you was 1, maybe 2, and you know." I said, somebody would come and pick me up and would look at me, and I wasn't scared. My mom was like, "Who?" And she said, "I wonder was it your great grandma?" Because I never met her. She passed right before I was born, but she all wanted. My mom used to always say she wanted to see me. I always wanted to see, you know. So I literally believe that's who that was coming, looking at me, just seeing me. And my mom said, "You shouldn't know that because once I got to be 3, 4, 5, the room changed and this, that, and other. I stopped going car parties. I stopped going to car parties when you was 2. So how would you remember that?" I said, "I remember that you were having cars and I was in that room." She said, "How would you?" So some kind of factual is on that. And I described everything to my mom. She said, "Yeah, that's what I was doing." I said, "That person picked me up. Who it was, I don't know." She said, "That was your grandmama, your great grandmother." I said, "Okay, well, hey." So
we need to revisit these stories around Halloween.
Right.
Yeah. Well, by the way, one of these days, I'm wanting to say last year or the year before. I'm pretty sure I saw a UFO.
Fuck, I seen a UFO, dog, in Houston.
Tell me.
Man, I don't know what the fuck these things were.
We're not derailing this podcast, are we? We ain't derailing this podcast, are we?
No.
Okay, cool. All right.
We're on the 26th floor, so I can see everything. I'm right here at the sky. I'm in the sky. We came back, had been out, and I'm on the patio. Now I am smoking, so I'm a little high, but I'm straight. I'm cool.
Yeah.
I know what I saw because
weed ain't gonna change it that much.
A little bit. It may change a little
not
bit.
That much.
It may make me see, if it's 2, it may make me see 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So just to make sure I know, I'm like, let me go get her to verify this. But do you see this shit? Okay, I ain't tripping. It was these. First of all, I'm thinking I'm looking at a star. I looked over, I'm talking this, that, and the other. That same star is way over here now. Like, what the fuck? So now I start looking, it's dark, so you gotta really see what's in the sky. So if you look close enough, you can start seeing what look like stars. But now they starting to form. They lined up and they're moving. It's like they're bright. They're not moving. They dim and they start moving. And I'm like, okay, is this a plane? What verified that it wasn't a plane is that one went this way, these 2 go this way. I was like, oh shit, now they separate. Baby, come look at this shit. Come on, come. I'm not tripping. These are fucking UFOs. Now they change the colors. They green, red. It's like they flickering. So I don't know if they're getting closer or going out. So now these 2 vanish. This one still is coming this way. It's still, that the one that was originally over here is gone. Now it's a new one coming over here. But it's brighter than the rest of them. These 2 disappeared. I look back over there, it's 4, 5. This shit happened like about an hour. I was out there about a good hour when this kept happening. Until I was going to stay out there until it stopped happening. Because I want to know if I ain't tripping.
Yeah.
Am I tripping? So
you take a look at the blunt, you're like, you just put it down.
I did.
But that's what
put it out, bro.
That's what kills the credibility of this story right here. For me.
What?
The fact she was high.
No, she verified.
Yeah. Somebody else verified.
But you're not, like, how does that mean you hallucinate? I'm not hallucinating. I just want to make sure it ain't the weed. I wouldn't. Come on now.
Oh yeah, dude, no. I smoked hella weed. I didn't want to mistake something going crazy in the sky for weed. Hell no. I just be like, no, I'd probably just be getting paranoid looking at it.
Exactly.
But I'm seeing what I'm seeing.
Like, weed will make you zone in on something that most people wouldn't even see. It ain't that you see something that they don't see. It's that you noticed it before anybody else did. Like, it actually heightened your senses.
I probably agree with you on that.
Yeah. But, so, do you think what you saw was actually real? or was it your mind projecting something that wasn't there but you saw? You the only one that can see it.
What I saw?
What you saw?
No, there's absolutely. I was completely dead sober.
So do you think that was real? Whatever that was there, it was actually there.
I fucking know for a fact it was real.
I want to make sure you understand what I'm saying.
Okay.
Was it really there, or did you really experience something in your mind? Like, because you the only one that can verify this. So do you think it was actually like true? It was real. It's true because it's a true story. It really happened to you. But is it real? Was it really there, or do you think back on it? I mean, it was like maybe a dream. Maybe my mind just saw something that really wasn't there. Was it really? Do you believe that it was really there?
I believe it was really there.
Really?
Yes. Well, hell, I'll just tell you. I'll just tell you the story. It happened it was either last summer. I want to say it was either last summer or the summer before. Okay, so I'm in the truck, team driving. My boys in the back, right? I'm sitting there and I'm driving. I'm 90 miles east. I'm on 40, 90 miles east of Oklahoma City. Sorry about that, gentlemen. And I'm sitting there in the sky. I'm sitting there and I'm just driving. It's nighttime. There ain't shit ahead of me. There's other cars going. Blah blah. I'm sitting there driving, and I noticed that there's like a bright star. Now I love astronomy. My uncle has an observatory.
Right.
So like I love looking at the stars. Right.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there and I'm like, well, that don't look right. Now what it is it's a bright. It's almost it was about as bright as an airplane. Like if you see one coming to you,
right.
It's that bright, but it's behind a cloud. Now I'm sitting there driving. That shouldn't be the thing that you get. I'm saying, okay, it's behind a cloud, but then I'm noticing that's the only cloud in the sky. All the other stars I can see around it. It's just that what I thought was a plane to begin with, and a cloud around it. Now this is how I know that it was something, because as I'm driving, I sat there and watched it for like 15 minutes. It's a cloud, but it's starting to get closer. Like I'm moving towards it.
Right.
Because if you see a star in the sky and like you're just driving, you're not getting closer to the star, right?
Yeah.
This thing is there because I can see, I can physically, with my depth perception, I can see that it's getting closer. And it's in this cloud, and it's in the middle of it, and it's in this cloud of like dust or whatever the fuck it is. And then it gets real bright, and then it dims. But whenever it dims, it shoots off another thing of smoke, but it's a perfect ring of smoke, like a smoke ring, like if you were smoking and you blow a ring of smoke.
Where were you at?
90 miles east of Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City, okay.
And because it started ahead of me, but as I'm driving, it's now coming this way. It's kind of like at my 11 o'clock rather than my 12, and it got real bright. It dimmed real quick. It blew, like the whole cloud got bright, but it itself, it was almost like it was illuminating that cloud.
Like the moon.
Yeah, it kind of. And then it blew this smoke out of it, but it was a perfect smoke ring. But it wasn't like a smoke ring where I'm looking at it perfect. It's the way that it looked was kind of like it was sideways. Like you took just like like you see it like this, but you turn it sideways. You can see that it's a ring. You're just looking at it at a different angle. 2D. Yeah. It's a perfect ring. It blew it out, and then whenever it blew out that ring, it dimmed to nothing. The only thing I can think of is it either disappeared right there or it just shot off so fast the light just got too far where it just dimmed itself. And and I was dead ass sober.
So I guess the question that you refer to, and also with that, do I think what I saw was real, and the difference between my story, not the UF story, not the UF story, but my ghost story and Max's ghost story is that Max was told that the same night. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody tells you something, and then you go home and you're not even thinking about it, but some shit happens. It's like, okay, that could have came from what Max's mom told him. The reason why mine's different is because my cousin had died almost 6 months ago. I wasn't even thinking about my cousin on that particular night. So he ain't been mentioning anything for me to think. And I'm using the word think, but that was my reality. That I saw him, I visually spoke out to him, and I was walking toward him, and he turns around. He didn't turn to look at me, he turned around and went down the stairs. That was so I think that was real. He went on my mind nothing.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
in regards to what you actually thought he was actually there.
I believe it with all my heart and soul. Yes, I do.
So it is some things that we believe.
Yeah. That makes there you go. That wouldn't make sense to So we don't make another perfect
You
circle.
believe it. Don't make no sense. Can't explain it, but you believe it.
Wait, didn't we talk about that earlier?
That's what I'm saying.
I can't explain it, but I believe that.
Right.
I believe it too. So yeah.
Man.
Is that your phone or this your phone?
No, what?
The vzz.
I keep hearing this is it.
That's the shirt.
Oh, this squeaky ass chair.
Yeah,
These
I
are
got
WD-40.
Shit, I gotta put that down. The camera or the microphone gonna pick it up. But
Hey,
I can hear them. I can hear them.
Yeah, I can too. Let me ask you a question, Max. And this is going to another topic, you know.
Oh yeah. Let's stay. What's up?
When I know we've talked off camera, we've talked at work and stuff about your belief in our president, Trump. And I know you're a Trump supporter.
Yeah.
How do you, 2 years in, what is your perspective of how he's done the job?
So far from what I've seen, like his first year, like last year, man, dude, he was doing exactly what I wanted him to do. Then, a couple screw ups, like maybe let's just say Doge. It's like, dude, what the fuck, happened there? Like, I didn't get that. Then, like now with, like the Iran war, it's like, bro, you fucked up on that. Now, guys, I'm going to call balls and strikes.
Okay.
I'm going to call L's and W's.
Thank you.
I'm not 100%. I'm not going to be that. I'm going to call balls and strikes. So he did really good up until this Iran war. He made a very big mistake there.
Yeah.
He made a very big mistake, and it's my personal opinion is because Israel is basically got its hands shoved up our government's ass.
right.
In my opinion, I'm starting to give two shits about Israel.
That's what I was trying to tell Chris. He wouldn't listen.
He wouldn't listen. Yeah.
I'm trying to tell it's people that run Trump, and it's Israel.
It's Israel.
Yeah. And they control the government. Like they got
dude. Okay.
We house the protection for Jews. For Israel.
If it wasn't for America, they would have ceased to be along. The country itself would have ceased to be.
Right.
Well, okay, yes,
they would be relevant.
Okay, shit. Since we're doing it now, then again, somebody's going to be watching this, going to be like, no, you got this completely wrong. Well, it's my thought, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one with the other. So Israel, got there. You can say stolen land, whatever. I don't care. Long story short, all the Jews got put there, right? Okay, now Israel as a whole people, were like, no, we can't let that happen to us again. They just had genocided. They just got genocided.
Right.
So for them, they're like, no, we can't ever allow that to happen to us again. So they started arming themselves to the teeth with the U.S. support. Well, without U.S. support, with all of its weapons and all of its manufacturing, Israel would cease to be. Now we're going to go from the 50s, whenever they first got there, to let's just say about the 90s, whenever the hostilities, in the Middle East kind of began with, Kuwait, Desert Storm, stuff like that. Well, Israel looked at us like, well, no, guys, we have to solidify the fact that the U.S. government has to help us. We don't have the numbers. We don't have the tech. We can't do it ourselves. Right. So there's only one way. What? You can be like, hey man, help us out. Well, if it's not going to be beneficial for the United States, they're just not going to do it. Now, the only way that you're going to be able to do that is, I don't know, maybe get somebody like Epstein to get blackmail on all of your politicians. Then all your politicians be like, hey, aren't you going to pass this Israel bill that gives us money to create this Iron Dome? And if you don't do it, something's going to happen to you.
Yeah.
Like, you remember that 16-year-old you were fucking?
Right.
Yeah, well, we got the video, and the cloud don't forget. That's it. So right now, that whole Israel, and I believe it's all because of Israel. That's my personal opinion. So on that, I think Donald Trump failed with his intel, and I'm wanting to say Israel might have something on him. But Israel 100% has something with our government, because it's not going to be just Donald Trump. It's going to be Democrats and Republicans. It's just going to be our government in total. Is owned by Israel.
Right.
Boom. That's going to be my statement.
And they can't fight against Trump because Israel whatever Israel wants Trump to do, they're gonna do it, and the government can't fight against it. because they got some on everybody.
They honeypotted or did something to everybody, and then that's what Epstein was for. Like that was his job.
His job.
And it wasn't just the politicians. It was also Bill Gates, celebrities. It was everybody. Israel, because the Mossad. Don't forget it. Those fuckers, they probably got the best intelligence agency on the planet Earth.
Right.
You think U.S. government and the CIA is good? No, Mossad is fucking good.
Yes.
And it's scary. But now I see that. And I'm like, no. So I want some. And you know what? Being like a MAGA guy, going to Barack Obama. One of the greatest things I thought he did, he basically told Israel to go fuck itself.
Yeah.
He stood up to him. He didn't do anything.
But someone spoke on that too, saying that was a mistake for him to do that. I heard this. He shouldn't have done that. And I agree with you. I love the fact he did it, but they kind of said that was a downfall for him. That might have been it because the machine that is Israel just okay. Now we're going to torpedo your ass. And not literally speaking, we're going to torpedo your political your political. Now he did do it on his last term, so it didn't really make a difference. But I was told from what he should have done that. He should just,
that the U.S. government, it's like such the perfect system. It is the false reality of democracy. It isn't, right? So let's just say red Republican and blue Democrat, right? Mm-hmm. It's almost like red, let's just say Coke, and blue, let's say Pepsi. Coke doesn't really care if you drink Pepsi. Pepsi doesn't really care if you drink Coke as long as you only drink one or the other.
Right.
But if anything else comes around, like say Sprite, no, Red and Coke or Pepsi Coke are going to team up together to shut that shit down.
Right.
They already know who's going to be the president, and it's almost like the magician's choice.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, look, everybody, yes, okay, blue one, haha, hee. All right, awesome. All right, guys, so let's still pass the same shit that we're going to do anyway. We're going to do it anyways.
Yeah.
So now I see what politics is, and I absolutely hate it.
Yeah.
Shit crazy. Especially now they done made it. They done made it into entertainment, and it causes us to fight. You already got a government that's split up into two parts. Now that we got social media and we can see what's going on, I didn't understand politics until Obama got in office. I watch CNN every day, and that just drove me down a rabbit hole. And I started researching stuff, and now I want to understand what these terms mean and the different jargon that they use. Who was the president before? How many? I wanted to understand how this really works. But now it's like, shit, we root for motherfuckers just like we do like a football team.
Yeah,
and with no facts.
No. Oh yeah, it's just two sides. You're stuck there.
But you know what I like about, and I'm gonna say this. I gotta say it like that because I don't know no other way to say it. What I can appreciate about white people, and when they vote for somebody, they vote for them for a reason. Even though we may not like it on our side, we may even call it racist, but it's a reason why you're voting for that person. Because if they do some bullshit, y'all can call them out on it and say, man, that wasn't right. What the fuck you doing? And at some point be like, damn, man, he really fucking up. We don't do that.
Nope.
We will ignore all the bullshit that they do and still support them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But I'm not going to just say it's just a y'all thing. I'm going to say that's going to be American, it's American total, man. Like as of right now, it's
when you're voting for somebody, you don't vote out of emotion. We vote and do shit out of emotion. Now I'm only saying this because we need to stop doing this shit.
We do it on emotion. We don't know facts. We don't know what we stands on. We don't even give a fuck. We do it out of emotions.
Right.
Or if we don't do it, we do it from not doing it from emotions. You know what I'm saying?
Even when it came to Trump, y'all know how. I was like, I think Trump should be the best. He was. I wanted him to be president over
Hillary.
Hillary.
Yes.
Yeah, I wanted him to be president over Biden. Over Kamala.
I'm still getting talked about that because I didn't vote at all. I'm not a Trump supporter, but I don't believe in a woman leading the government. I don't. I'll never follow a woman. I know I'm gonna get backlash on this, but that's just my opinion.
Turn the comments off on this one.
My point is because of my foundation of where I know women runs household, but I just don't. I can't follow a woman, and I get from my dad, I guess, because we actually have a sister, and I don't even know where she's at, but she's an ordained minister. And his first time, remember this? Mm-hmm. his first time ever meeting her, he didn't raise her, but the first time he met her, he tried to be the good, I miss da. But when she told him that she was an ordained minister, he said, I don't believe in a woman leading no congregation. And that made her go back where she came from. And I think I took that on too. I don't believe in following a woman. I know it's gonna come out chauvinist, whatever, but that's my belief. That's my belief.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't vote though. I feel like I didn't have a choice in the matter, so I said I'm not gonna vote.
Come on, but it's kind of like, oh my God, there's like so many things that you could go there. It's almost like what about like you're on an airplane, right? You're on an airplane. You're going into a storm. It's a bad storm. Do you want a female pilot or do you want a male pilot? Which one do you want?
I want the most experience.
Okay, yeah. That's the thing.
But if you was going to get a massage, would you want a male?
Oh yeah.
So it's a choice. It's a choice.
It's like that. No, it's a preference. It's a preference.
Yeah.
It's like, man, you know what?
But for the audience sake, if you say, just because you say I prefer not to have a woman president, doesn't mean there's other things that I do want a woman that I do not want a man for.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. So exactly.
It's the same. It's a lot of shit. Man, I want a woman to do this. A woman that gotta have. A woman need to. You know what I'm saying? Women are actually the best teachers.
On this podcast, we believe in speaking what we feel. It's not your feeling, it's my feeling. So,
Yeah, we're going to get people that's going to agree to this.
Oh, yes, definitely.
But we about to get into a game real quick. Y'all like games?
Yeah, game time. Just if I'm wearing a Spurs jersey, don't beat my ass.
It's called a deep dive segment, man.
The deep dive segment.
It's gonna be a few questions, few rapid fire questions. To understand
how does this game work? Have you ever played this game? Yeah. Well, what's the premise of the game? Just ask real quick questions. You give real quick answers.
No, just give your
Okay.
It ain't even gotta be quick because the question is actually.
It's gonna make you talk a little bit longer. Just give you.
Okay.
The first thing off the top.
Keep it quick. Keep it quick. Okay.
Well, these are scenario questions. The first one is a scenario question. So this is a deep dive segment, and I'm gonna ask you a question, right? First thing come to you. So if every person on earth suddenly believed the sky was green, but it remained blue, which would matter more, reality or belief? Ooh. Do you want me to repeat the question?
No. I know it would be reality. But if everybody said, "Hey, the sky is okay," are we going to collectively, just change the word? Like green now just means blue.
Your understanding of it is I'm
seeing color blue.
Yeah.
And you're saying it's green.
Everybody says green.
Everybody says green. Everybody crazy.
So
I see blue.
So do you gonna rely on I believe I see blue? Or no, that's blue. That's the color blue. Because everybody else is saying it now. So now is this changing your belief or are you still relying on reality?
Yeah, it might be like, okay, hold on, this is green. Be like, hey, so you're telling us this is green? We agree this is green. Okay, now we're going to hold it up to the sky. Is that the same color as that? No, that's blue.
Yeah, you going to go with reality?
Yeah, I'm going to go with reality. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going with reality.
Yeah. What you?
Reality. Because you have to prove to me where I'm wrong.
You got to prove to them that they're wrong.
Well, then we're going to just be some opponents.
we can agree to disagree.
I ain't going to work with you because you telling me that. I'm going to show me where this match.
Show me where that match.
Yeah.
So does it, so if enough people believe something, does it, I'm thinking about this word truth, right?
Okay.
Does it make it true? Because if everybody believes it, does it make it true?
No.
Doesn't make it true.
Because with today's society,
I'm finna challenge you.
With today's society,
shit, he's setting us up for a trap.
You can put enough on the internet.
He's setting us up for a trap.
On today's society, you put enough on the internet right now, and enough followers, you get a lot of followers. They're gonna start believing. It doesn't necessarily mean it's true. It just means that you're believing what they say. Doesn't make it right. Doesn't make it true. So that you have to find the word. What is true and what is right? Are they the same? Are they different? No, I'm gonna still think my own eye and say that that's not right.
So let's say you got some information, right? There's some things that you know, and you start telling people this, but somebody on the opposite side says, "Well, no, that's not true. This is true." Boom, 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 boom. Now y'all going back forward. How do y'all determine who's true? What's true?
Prove to me, show me visually, and show me that your truth is. Mine is wrong and yours right. And I sit back and listen to it.
And then you're going to prove them.
And I'm going to, and then we should be able to compare notes and seeing who's more truth or whatever. So But if we can't find a common ground, that's where people butt heads at. There's no common ground on whatever, because you still gonna believe what you believe, but I'm showing you showing me. Where we gonna get a mix? Where we gonna find a common ground at?
Right.
So we're gonna still be at odds. Somebody has to give.
That's exactly. So if you able to prove a point on the same situation that they can prove another, like they got a whole different perspective and they can prove it with facts, and you got facts. How do you determine which one is the right one?
We won't. But now it depends on how strong-minded we are. If Max is showing me his proof, it's on me. It's on me then.
Does it make it? This is what I'm saying.
Does it make it right?
Does it make it true just because you believe it?
It's my truth.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
It's my truth.
Yeah, it's my truth. Yeah.
It's my truth. Okay, man.
It's my truth. Yeah.
That is exactly
That's
what I'm
green.
saying.
All right, man. If that's green, okay.
So it's true. It's true based on being real, or it's truth just based on what you believe.
What you believe. You want to say it's based on real from your
But you trying to prove me wrong.
Yeah, but you want to. I'm saying this is my word. You want to.
You said I'm wrong though.
No, I'm saying you wrong, and from my perspective, you wrong as hell.
You called me wrong.
But I'm saying so. Yeah, it's belief. It's your belief. It's on whatever you believe. Yes,
It's what you believe. Yeah, it's what you
Because I mean,
It's
but
my
it's always
truth.
something that always
My
takes something around.
truth.
It's my truth.
truth. You know what? You keep believing your truth then.
Right. But you be like, your shit wrong. Okay, well, that's my belief.
That's what I'm saying. That's another thing I had to be like, what the fuck is true? Because if you got, let's just take religion. You got a God, they got a God. How do you determine which one is the real God? Because you got a book to back yours up. You got all your historical facts. They got theirs too. So how do we do this? How we, you know what I'm saying?
And those be the conversations that you really don't want to have because nobody's
You're never wrong. Nobody's never wrong.
Yeah.
And you're
you
just
can't
gonna
make
agree to
minds.
disagree.
Those be the ones that we're gonna leave this conversation because
I think at the overall grand scheme of things is like, okay, you believe what you want to believe and I'll believe what I want to believe. But at the point that you tried to force me to believe what you believe, at that point I've got a problem. And then human nature is we dig our heels in, and we dig our heels in, and if you push people enough, you're going to get a reaction.
Yeah.
Like there's so many things like right now that's going on that some people are I don't know, men can get pregnant or this, that, and the other. It's like, no, that's not what it is. Well, okay, I just don't believe it. Go and do your thing. But as soon as you start teaching my kid that if I don't believe it, now I'm starting to have a problem. Now you're affecting me with it,
right?
And
which they are doing. So now the whole belief system changes and is made into reality. So what we know not to be true, they teaching our kids that it is true. Kids don't believe in Santa Claus no more. They believe in being like it's because what's fucked up for us is normal to them now. But let me ask you this. Let me ask y'all this. Do you think believing is necessary though? Like, should we know everything, or does just believing, is it necessary for mental health?
Yes. I'm go ahead. What's the next one there?
I think it's good, but dude, sometimes just thoughts, if I believe, I think the world's a funner, a more fun place when, everybody doesn't agree, or some people, think different things.
Right.
It makes it more interesting. If we all were just sitting here and we all believe, that's green or whatever, okay, well, if we believe that that's green, well, in the reality, we all just changed it. That's just what we believe.
Right.
But whenever you start getting, interactions in between, different groups, then at that point, you start getting hostilities, and at the point that there's hostilities from it, that's at the point that we need to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah.
Because that's what we're getting into as of right now with some of the things that are going on in America, and it's basically only happening in Western countries. You can't go nowhere else. Like we have it so good in the United States that we're arguing over the dumbest shit.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you got nothing else better to do.
Yeah, like a bunch of spoiled kids, man. Just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's basically what it. Okay, wait, spanking kids. I'm a spank kid kind of guy.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Can't do it now though, but
a
shit.
lot of people don't believe in it.
Oh man, dude, like my little about to be stepdaughter, little Izzy or whatever. Man, I'll be sitting there. We'll be at the zoo, all these people around. I'm like, you little bitch. If you were at the house, you know you'd be getting your ass kicked. You know you'd be getting your ass kicked.
Okay, and that's a good one. Okay, so if you're okay,
I was like, the thing is, we were at the zoo. I was like, you little bitch, you know you'd be getting your ass kicked. But then we go to Hernando, and we're at the playground, and there's other people at the playground. I'm like, oh hell no, we in Hernando now. I know I'm good.
So I would ask you. So it does it depend on where you're at.
It depends on where I'm at. Yeah. I'm reading the scenario,
and I'm telling you the difference between now and old days. Old days didn't give a damn where you was at. They gonna whoop your ass up from my. I don't give a damn wherever your ass count. I'm gonna beat your ass right there.
Yeah.
But the law has made it be like, oh, I can't do it here because I'm little fucked up. But like you just said, oh, we at home or we in Orlando, I'm gonna beat your ass now. So she'll be like, okay, I'm a clown to get back over there. See, kids are smart too now.
Oh, they learn.
Yes, you ain't gonna do that. You ain't gonna do that while we in the zoo. So we get Orlando, be real good. So it's kids are smart, man.
Yeah, they're smart, but I'm pretty dang sure whenever I was a kid, there was like some light I didn't see that all the adults could see that would turn on, that all the adults would just start beating their kids. It's like, the light came on, bow, 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 like blue light special. Everybody starts beating their motherfucking kids.
Man.
My grandmama told me to not go in this church and clown. I went to church, I clown.
Do the opposite.
My grandma
Tore your ass up.
beat my ass so bad, and I still remember, as I got older, she said, remember that light you saw when you was in church? I said, what light? Yeah, don't see it again. They said she knocked me out, man.
I'm seeing you in the head?
Yes.
Oh,
and she said I knocked out. She went, remember that light? She told me I be seeing death.
That's why your ass crazy.
I said, grandma, you. She said, I knocked your ass out, and when you let it go, I was, and my mama said, yeah, she did that, Andre. She said, so she was bringing up, she was saying, remember that light you saw? I said, I don't remember nothing. Exactly. But my brother out too with a baseball bat. So I mean, she didn't play. She say something, you don't do it, she gonna show you.
I got the switch, I got the wire clothes hanger, and I got the belt. And the worst thing is my dad had like 20 belts and made me go and pick one. That was worse than the whooping itself. It's like, oh no, you're sitting there, but the thing is though, you're doing some problem solving as a kid sitting there, or I was sitting there with 20 motherfucking belts. It's like, oh no, that one's big, no, that one's scary. Oh, this one's got rhinestones. No, let's not do that. But, ooh, this one feels light. Yeah, silk. Yeah. You're like, no, put that one back.
Mental abuse, man. That's mental abuse.
Hey, but the thing is though, like I made some really good life decisions.
Did he send you back to get the good belt?
Yeah. Oh, no. From what I
go back to my good belt.
Man, my dad had to spank me like up until I was about 6, and then at that point it was basically a look, and I was done. Just done. Done.
Do you think that's a good? Do you think now, being who you are, was it a good thing?
Yes.
Was it necessary?
Yes, it was 100% necessary.
You a bad motherfucker.
But from 6 to 12, my last spanking was like 6, and then the last spanking I got was at about 11. So from 6 to 11, I didn't get no spankings because I wasn't fucking up. Right. I knew actions and consequences. I learned that real quick.
And that's what the point they were trying to get to, action and consequence. You do something, you get fucked up.